Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Happy Friday, everybody. Listen, today is Friday. Thank God it's payday. It is the end of a short week, and get me to 4:30, please. So this is going to be kind of a short video. I'm going to go through everything because I'm on my break, and I only get 15 minutes, and I ate into some of that. So last couple days you didn't see me because I had a headache a couple of those days, and this is never looking great, but this was looking bad. So I was like, no, I'm just going to take a couple days off. So today I'm going to revisit what happened with our ladies from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap, everybody. So listen, I don't like what's going on here with no taglines. It's the second week of the new season. We still have no taglines. I need a tagline. Come on, give me some taglines. So we start off this week with the ending from the charity event where Jennifer had to scream like a maniac. So Jennifer is basically, Jen Aiden is upset because she thinks Dolores doesn't care and doesn't stick up for her. Dolores comes back and talks to Lays and says, listen, I have gone against each and every one of you in support of that woman. And listen, truth, Dolores, because they showed her going against everybody, and she really did. She stuck up for Jennifer. So I don't know what she's talking about. Teresa's wedding planner lied straight through her teeth to Teresa on Zoom when Teresa had asked if she's a bridezilla, and she says no. Right after Teresa says she wants like Cirque du Soleil dancers at her wedding. She wants people to walk in and be like, what is this? Trust me, Teresa, whenever we saw, I can speak for myself, but whenever I saw pictures, I was like, what the F is this? So mission accomplished, I guess. The Gorgas are talking. We're talking about more ways that Teresa has disrespected them. And supposedly when Teresa and Louis had their engagement party, it was like Teresa, Louis's family, Dina and her kids, and then I guess like Joe and Melissa and their kids were at a table with like a hairstylist and like a janitor and like random Chick-fil-A workers. I don't know who she was at the table with, but it wasn't family. And later on, Teresa is like, that's not true. We came up at the end and said, oh my God, you were supposed to be at our table. So they're going back and forth, but that's one of the things that they're like now saying, you know, that is just a disrespect to the family. And Joe, oddly enough, Joe was like, if my family could see us and they're looking down right now, they would be horrified at and saddened by how how people are treating each other. Well, it kind of goes both ways though. Like I'm not going to get into whose team I'm on, because really I would maybe be leaning towards Melissa and Joe, but I don't know, because there's a lot going from both sides. And Joe says that he thought that once, you know, Joe Giudice was out of the picture, that the seed was gone, there wouldn't be a problem. But now there's another seed that's germinating in the form of Louis. And so shit's not, everything stinks in the state of Denmark, I guess. Danielle visits the what did she call it? The Caesar's Palace of Paramus. She goes over to Jennifer's. They call Teresa. Teresa says, everything went so great with Margaret. Moving forward, I'm very happy. She's very happy. So that's why Teresa and Jen Aiden talk to, what is it? Laura, her bestie, and Margaret's ex-best friend, Laura, because Laura's like, I have all kind of tea. Do you want it? And they're like, oh, everything is perfect with us, but sure, of course. So Jennifer is keeping that close to her vest. in case Margaret pisses her off, which it's going to happen. So some of the ladies go over to Margaret for some nasty, like, sex questions and lunch. And Margaret is fully aware of what is going on because there is a mole in Jennifer's camp. So I don't know who that is, but there is a mole. What else? Paul, okay. So Paul and Dolores are talking. Paul thinks that Frank is more uncomfortable than he is. And he thinks that Frank can't handle it because Dolores now has a man who wants to do a lot of things for her. And this gets Dolores all hot and bothered. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. I don't mind Paul. Paul doesn't seem like a bad guy. I mean, I have to see more of him, but Paul doesn't seem like a bad guy. Teresa sends out her wedding invitations. It's like fresh flowers, and then she has like it looks like a glass invitation. She sends them out. Everybody's loving them. She has to resend them out because of Ramona, of course. Ramona was probably in the middle of turtle time and just put the invitations out on socials. And so now Teresa has to email everybody a password or something. She wants it to be private until she sells the pictures to People magazine. Danielle is having people over to her house for a mozzarella making party. I think I'm starting to like Danielle a little bit more. The only thing that I'm not a big fan of is she's like so obsessed with how everything looks. Like she was like, if somebody comes into my house and tells me my house is cute, I'm gonna lose my mind. Listen, her house was nice. And somebody, who was it, Dolores comes in, she's like, oh, this is cute. And she's like, that's the only thing that I think I'm not liking about her. I mean, Danielle, she's not bad. I'm going to change my mind a little bit on her. So they're making mozzarella, and she says, what's the worst that could happen? So the worst that could happen basically is that Margaret and Jennifer start fighting. Margaret basically just asks, why did you talk to my ex-friend when I thought we made up? Jennifer says she was just curious. I'm going to tell you. Margaret had asked, so why do you want to be friends then? And Jennifer said, she said something like friends is a spectrum. Okay. And then after that, I just checked out of anything that she said so I don't remember anything that she had said. But I had noticed Jennifer does always have an issue. She has an issue with everyone except Teresa and Danielle. Jackie's a snob. Jackie wasn't there. She wasn't invited. Jackie's a snob. She has a problem with Rachel. And then she has to bring up last season with Margaret. Margaret was like, can you stop going into the past? I thought that we had made up, or did you just make up with me to look good in front of everybody else? So listen, I think I'm with Margaret on this. Like I said, I stopped listening to Jennifer because I just did. And then Jennifer then says, Dolores who? And Dolores looked like she was gonna go at her, like choke her. Dolores tells her if she's an issue, then just bring it to me. Don't bring it to everyone else. One of my favorite, and I wish this woman was not just a friend. I wish she was a full-time housewife because I like her a lot. And that's Jennifer Fessler. She's a friend of Margaret's, I think. But I like her because she seems to be the voice of reason. She's funny, and when things get real heavy or real like chaotic, she just relies on humor when it gets real awkward. Like everybody's fighting and she's over there shoving fresh mozzarella down her face. I would do that. I like Jennifer Fessler. I wish she was a housewife. And she said it right out. She said, she said that no one's owning up to their part in any of it, because then Teresa and Melissa start arguing about the engagement, the seating at the engagement party. Teresa says that the Gorgas were supposed to be at the family table, and that her and Louie went up to them at the end and said they were supposed to be there. And the reason why Melissa wasn't asked, why they weren't asked to be in the wedding party, is because of what Margaret said. And because she thought Melissa didn't say anything to Margaret. Meanwhile, Margaret's like, listen, she told me a bunch of times not to say anything. So Melissa was like, I guess it's always my fault then. I guess we're done. That's just it. So that was the end. So we'll see what happens next week. Spicy. I'm telling you, New Jersey gets spicy from the get-go. That's why it's one of my favorite cities in the Real Housewives franchise, because they get spicy, they get sassy right away. So tell me what you thought of the whole thing. With that being said, I'm late for my break. So everybody have a great day. If I haven't told you yet today, which I didn't, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. And stay warm this weekend. Stay safe. And I love you guys. I'll see you later when I review this. So everybody have a great day. Bye, guys.